Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'll be talking about Insurtech companies and how you can start one in Nigeria. That's the things you need to consider, the legal compliance that you need to put in place or comply with before you start an Insurtech company. So what is an Insurtech company? Insurtech is a combination of two words, insurance and technology. So it's the use of or the application of advanced innovations such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also the use of artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning in order to promote traditional insurance services. So these type of companies are set up with the aim of improving operational processes and also deliver optimal insurance services. So now that we've been able to talk about it in brief, let's now consider the agency in charge of Insurtech companies in Nigeria. So the agency in charge of Insurtech companies in Nigeria is the National Insurance Commission, but they do this with the help of a guideline known as the NAICOM guideline for Insurtech companies. So this guideline provides the requirements for setting up an Insurtech company and also the rules in order to operate one in Nigeria. So under this guideline, you have two classes of Insurtech companies. You have the partnering Insurtech company and you have the standalone Insurtech company. So let's consider the standalone Insurtech company in brief. So the standalone Insurtech company operates a full license, but with an exception. So they are not allowed or they do not cover insurance services regarding oil and gas, that's the oil and gas sector, marine and aviation, and any liability or assets that have to do with government agencies such as ministries, departments, and government agencies overall. So these are the permissible services that standalone Insurtech companies can operate. While for the partnering Insurtech company, they are allowed to operate certain permissible services, but they have a specialty. So they specialize in certain insurance services, such as, for instance, claim management. So now that we've talked about the types or the classes of Insurtech company, let's now consider the legal compliance. That what do you need to put in place before you can start your Insurtech company in Nigeria? So the first thing we need to consider is register your Insurtech company with the Corporate Affairs Commission. That's the foundation, that's the most important. So if you're starting out your Insurtech company in Nigeria, the first thing you need to know is that you need to register with the Corporate Affairs Company within the minimum share capital threshold for insurance companies. So let's say your Insurtech company operates life insurance business. So you know that you need about 15 billion as a minimum share capital in order to register it with the Corporate Affairs Commission. And then if your business is into non-life insurance, you need about 25 billion. And then if it is reinsurance business, you need about 45 billion minimum share capital in order to register it with the Corporate Affairs Commission. So upon satisfaction, that is when the Registrar General has gone through your application and is satisfied with all of the things you've provided, and then you'll be issued with certificate of incorporation and other relevant documents. These documents will help you to obtain your license from NAICOM. So that's why it is important that you first register with the Corporate Affairs Commission. And then once you have done that, you can then proceed to obtain your license from NAICOM, following their own requirements. And another thing you need to consider is safeguarding your brand. Yes. So if, for instance, you're setting up your brand, you have a software application, or you have a name, a distinct name, or a letter, or something that just uniquely identifies you from every other person, and you feel the need to protect it, and you're very sure that there is no other, or you've done your due diligence and you're sure that there is no other person that is using that name or software or coding, whatever it is. So you need to protect that brand by either protecting it under copyright or patent. Yes, so if you're operating a website, for instance, you need to comply with the Copyright Act by ensuring that you do not upload infringing contents. By infringing contents, I mean contents that violates the copyright of another. So these are the things you need to consider. And then most importantly, data protection. You know that you're not just dealing with the lives, properties of your clients, you're not just protecting their lives and properties under insurance, you are also protecting their data. Yes, whether you like it or not, you're protecting the data of your clients because they're sensitive information. So why is it necessary for you to protect data? So recently, the Nigerian Data Protection Commission actually carried out or is planning to carry out an investigation of certain companies, and some of these companies fall within the insurance sector. And the reason why they're carrying out this investigation is because of a breach in data privacy of individuals that they are dealing with their customers. So this is very, very important. This is key, and you have to set up an infrastructure, more like a standard for protecting data, and it has to be in compliance with the Data Protection Commission Act or any other data privacy law we have in Nigeria, that, for instance, the Cyber Crimes Act. So data protection is very necessary and key for your business, because at the end of the day, if your clients cannot trust you with their data, then you will probably not be in business for too long. So now that we have talked about that, let's consider another very important legal compliance, which is aligning the user identification process with the NIMC. So under the guideline, there is a unique way of setting up the registration process of your clients. So in doing so, you have to comply with the requirements of NIMC, and in doing so, you will not be found wanted. That is, it will not be said that you're accessing the data of your clients, without permission. So you have to comply with the requirements of NIMC in order not to breach the user database of your clients without permission. So that's very important, because at the end of the day, the commission restricts unauthorized access to user data, the data of clients, without permission or without the required license. So this is very, very important. So before I round up, there are many Insurtech companies out there, such as NAICOM Insurance PLC, and we also have Cornerstone PLC, and then we have another very important one, ETAP. So these types of Insurtech companies in Nigeria, they operate, they are functional in Nigeria, and depending on their license, they are either standalone or partnering Insurtech companies. So I hope you found this information helpful, and I hope it also helps and guides you in starting up your Insurtech company. But if you have more questions on it, or you need to make more inquiries concerning Insurtech companies, please leave your comments in the comment section and we will reach out to you. But before then, please like this video, share with your contacts, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.